What's going on, fam? This your main man, KC for L King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. Here to give you what I thought about Dynamite, and I'm gonna say this: I thought the show was very good. What I would do again, I wouldn't always open the show up with a match, but again, that's Tony Khan's philosophy. I gotta open the show. I'm like, no, I actually would have had Adam Copeland, the segment that took place, call out Malachi Black and Company. You know, I wanted the answer. I gave the challenge. Since you and your boys, your spooky boys, y'all love busting cats open, y'all love triple teaming folk. Well, let me go ahead. Let's have a barbed wire steel cage match for the TNT Championship since she's so big and bad. I want your answer. Get your butt out here right now. Let's go. Let's bounce. They came out and they basically mauled the man. They jumped him. They beat the snot out of him. They tore him up, beat him up. Malachi Black basically really didn't give him an answer. He said, I don't really need to tell you nothing. You should already know where this is going. You know, you think you this and that. And so what these cats did, they beat him up so bad that they took his wedding ring. Now, I don't know if from where I'm from, that's the ultimate disrespect. You gonna take my wife's, you gonna take me and my wife's ring? Like that's you stepping on it. That's out of bounds. Like these clowns didn't look. They went there. That we was watching that. I was like, yo, this is crazy. This is some insane to the membrane type of stuff. I said, this is crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you right now. I actually would not mind seeing Malachi Black beat Adam Copeland. I wouldn't mind. I know they beat him at the other show, but I'm like, hey, people been crying about Malachi Black doing something, having a singles run with a single championship. I will actually do it. I will pull the freaking trigger. I will pull the trigger. Adam Copeland had a solid run. He did what he had to do. Don't need to be long as heck. It don't. I get it. People want, the good guy has to, no, look, pro wrestling, a lot of times, if you know, majority heels always win all the time. The good guys win when it's like really, really important. When you know, it's like, but most of the time, the heels be winning they be winning. And I'm like, this is a situation where I would actually want to see Malachi back beat the snot out of Adam Copeland. Adam Copeland does all he can. Even with them being in a barbed wire steel cage match, that man still comes up short. But knowing TK's booking, he'll probably end up retaining. But I thought that segment was pretty good. Got a couple of matches on the show, a couple of tag team matches. The Elite run around here still thinking they all that in the bag of chips, basically being extra disrespectful. We had a singles match between Okada and Dax, and Okada called Dax a B. Then Dax had the opportunity to respond. He said, well, I know you using that foul language, but I'm here to tell you this. You're the Elite's B. I said, nice comeback. They had a solid match, decent matchup. Tony won against Harley Cameron. TK is really trying to get Harley Cameron out there. You had Serena Deeb watching. Makes sense. You want Serena Deeb to pay close attention to every move set she's doing, so when they get in the ring at Double or Nothing, there is absolutely no excuse for Tony Khan to come up short. Tony Storm to quote-unquote come up short, but she could because Serena Deeb is a mastermind. She's studying every move she does, so when she tries to counter it, she knows exactly what's coming. You understand what I'm saying? We had Swerve cutting a promo about what he did on Saturday night. So I see what TK and them doing. They're trying to quote-unquote make people watch both shows because they're trying to tie it. I told you exactly what needs to be done. If you really want to quote-unquote keep doing what you're doing, you need to semi-distance the rosters. Like, have a focal point of who you're going to focus in on Collision and who you're going to have focus in on Dynamite. You understand what I'm saying? But he talked about beating the snot out of the Mogul Embassy, getting rid of them. Now he has to take out Brian Cage later on, which was about to happen. Decent promo from the man. Him and Brian Cage, I thought that was probably the best match on the whole show. But I mean, what else can you expect? Now, here's the deal. A lot of people want to know what the clown happened to Prince Nana, because Prince Nana is still affiliated with the Mogul Embassy. He's affiliated with Swerve, and he's affiliated with the two Samoan cats and Brian Cage. So he has not been around. He hasn't. After the matchup, Christian comes out with Shannon Wayne. They all come walking out, and I already know. I'm like, okay, you know, he like, all right, man, come on in here again. Like, let's get some. And he just talking bull jive, talking about what we get ready to do to you, and then out of nowhere, Nick Wayne comes out of nowhere and low blows the mess out of him. Then Kill Switch, aka Luchasaurus, basically comes in, beats the snot out of him, and they have a picture. It's a picture of his daughter, and I don't know who else the other girl was in the picture, but it was a picture of him and his daughter. Nick Wayne takes it, busts that man right on the side of his face. You can see that man was leaking like crazy. And they basically mauled him. They demolished him. They called him a deadbeat day. I mean, just all this crazy stuff. Talk about, I got your blood now. And guess what? At Double or Nothing, I'm taking your championship. Basically putting emphasis on that this is serious business. Swerve is in a heck of trouble going into Double or Nothing because he has nobody right now. Absolutely nobody. So how the clown is he supposed to overcome the odds? That's the big question. But I thought that segment was spot on. I thought they did a great job. Everybody getting their licks in. Everybody, like, it's like the pain. All the mess, all the nonsense that man has caused. So many people while he was a crazy goof. Now that he's on the straight and narrow now, all of this mess is coming back to haunt him. You understand what I'm saying? So they going places with this, and I'm cool with it. I don't have a problem with it. We had Tony had an opportunity to respond to Serena D being out there and what she plans on doing. And she basically says that old girl is wasting her time. Whatever she tried to do to Mariah May, that was nothing. I'm going to do exactly what I did to Harley Cameron to you at Double or Nothing. She had what she had to say. We had well, the Learning Tree, Jericho, him, Hook out there. Hook called that man out. He said he wanted to get his FTW championship back. He said, I really don't want to give it to you. And as he was out there talking, the fans was telling Jericho, please retire. Jericho said, well, if I retire, I'm going to basically every pro Hall of Fame, regardless of any wrestling company out there. That's basically what he said. Y'all don't want that right now. So, you know, you got Big Bill in his corner and all this stuff. And obviously you knew what was going to happen. So it was a 2-on-1 assault. Then here comes Shibata. Shibata comes out of nowhere. Let me tell y'all something, man. Look, I know Shibata is respected as a New Japan legend and all that stuff. And I know he had a near career-ending situation, injury, where he almost was possibly not going to wrestle again. Now he's back. And I'm just going to be 100% with you, man. I'm really not the biggest Shibata guy. This is no disrespect to the dude. Like I said, Shibata, I feel like Shibata and OC are cats that are one and the same. One has character, but is bland because of all the stuff constantly being overexposed and being used. The other guy, because he uses a translator thing, and he just comes across as just laid back, you know, no excitement, no I want to fight too, and all of this, because that's exactly what happened. He came to the man rescue and all this stuff. So they was backstage, and Jericho basically told that man, look, I'll give you a shot, but you gonna have to beat whoever I put in front of you on Collision or whatever. And if you win, you get a shot. Shibata was like, hey, Hook, I just got one thing to say. I want to get that FTW championship. And then Hook said, hey, let the best man win. So I don't know if this is about to be Hook and Shibata and the winner becomes the #1 contender. I don't know. But that's like I say, again, this is the goofy booking on Tony Khan's. What the clown happened to that freaking ranking system? I told you, the ranking system was, Tony Khan should have never decided to bring it back. Because he puts in whoever the heck he wants. That's what he does. That's how his booking always been. So the ranking system, I don't know why he was exciting people, talking about it's back. We absolutely ain't doing nothing. Not doing anything. What other points should happen? Before we get to Oh, okay. Yeah. I talked about the beat. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, Okada and Dax, they fought, and obviously you know Okada wasn't losing. I mean, come on now. Decent matchup. It was the aftermath. After the matchup, Young Bucks, Jack Perry came out there and they beat the snot out of him. So Eddie Kingston is out. Eddie Kingston messed his hip up at a matchup at a New Japan Resurgence or something like that. So he's done. He's on the show. So now it's 3-on-4 right now. So now they got to go find somebody else. Out of all the people, ladies and gentlemen, when nobody thinking about no doggone Darby Allin, I said this fool should be somewhere healing his body. The man should, look, that man almost got killed. What? Last month, he got hit by a bus, ladies and gentlemen. And then a month before, he broke his foot. So I'm sitting up here like, we're not going to see this clown till probably close to All In, right? He's back. This dude, I told you, he don't care about his body, ladies and gentlemen. This dude genuinely does not care about his body at all. He doesn't. He just want to entertain somebody. That's all he cares about. He just want to entertain somebody. And it's crazy. I'm like, bro, what are you doing back? Darby Allin has joined the squad. He has joined Bryan and FTR. And that is your matchup going into Double or Nothing, the Anarchy in the Arena, whatever matchup or whatever. I'm like, Darby came, and obviously they was in Seattle. So, you know, the crowd was going to go crazy for him out there in Seattle, whatever. But I'm like, man, Darby, I wasn't even supposed. I'm like, how in the world is he back? Foot broke, got a broken nose. I'm like, how in the don't make sense, y'all. It don't make sense. It really don't make sense at all. That's why I say, man, I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. It's weird. It's weird, but it is what it is. So he's back. Now we get to where it was all focusing on. The doggone contract signing for the TBS Championship. And then, ladies and gentlemen, for a lot of people who have been out, a lot of people is not, you know, got mixed reviews on Mercedes being there. Everybody keep posting videos about what TK and them need to do on getting views back, whether they need to go to a smaller. I'm like, first of all, they already got these shows already booked. It's like they book them in a year in advance. So wherever they plan on going, it's already set. Now, I hear a lot of people say they should go to smaller venues or whatever, but here's the problem with going to a smaller venue. You got to make sure, first of all, AEW already be having audio issues. They would have so much more worse audio issues because of being in smaller venues, just as TNA. TNA is taped, and when they put it on TV, sometimes the audio don't even work. So there is so much, like, I get where Cat's points is what they're saying, because you're not bringing in 15K. It's like an audience of what, 2,000 or 3,000 or whatever. I get why you say probably go to a smaller venue or whatever, but I'm telling you right now, the name of the game is what they've been doing, and I don't know how to tell you. I'm not running the show. That's Tony Khan's business. That's what he want to do. It's silly, but that's what he want to do. So I'm like, it is what it is on that. So let's get back to it. Willow is out. Then CEO come out, and they signed the contract. Willow had some words for Mercedes. She tell us, for one, I respect you. I always will respect you. But I'm here to tell you right now. Whatever this foolishness that you're planning on doing, whether it's you, quote unquote, trying to take it out on me, thinking that I was the one responsible for what you did. You see, I represent this TBS championship, which has, quote unquote, prestige. It represents the best wrestlers who've ever held on to this thing. And it also represents the fact that I have a great smile. It represents my friend, Chris Statliner, who held on to it. And what you plan on doing, or whatever you plan on doing, you think you're going to take that from me? You're wasting your time. So Mercedes responds. She said, look, Willow, I've always had respect for you. But you claiming that and she also said that she was the face of TBS. She was like, hold on. The only reason why you're the face of TBS is because I'm a trailblazer and I took a chance on myself and I've made revolutions everywhere I went. So I don't know what the clowns you talking about, but I can tell you this, that after Double or Nothing is done, I will become the new TBS champion. And she said what she said. So then they stood up after they both signed it. She slapped her. She picked her up and body slammed her through that doggone table. I was like, well, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Willow done signed the death warrant. I said, as much as a lot of people don't want to see her lose it, y'all know it's coming. I don't know. Listen, I told y'all before, there is a host. I'm not even talking about people that ain't black. There's a host of us that don't care for Mercedes. They don't. I've seen TikToks. There's one chick, Miss Ray. That girl don't like that girl for nothing. She can't stand her. And then we already know about my main man, King Mike. I ain't got to talk about him. But it's a host of us that do not care about. I'm like, where all this animosity coming towards this girl? Like, y'all, I don't know. It's like, y'all, I say the hate for Mercedes is, I'm like, it's crazy. I was like, what you gonna do when she win that championship? I'm like, what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna stop watching? I'm like, y'all know it's bound to happen. See, here's the deal. Yes, it's going to happen. The question is how. That is always the question. That's why I'm intrigued of what's going to happen. Is it unfortunate for my girl Willow? Absolutely. But I am very intrigued as on how TK and company is going to make this, how we're going to process this. That's why you better tune in. Oh, and I forgot to talk about it. We had a backstage back and forth confrontation between Will Ospreay and Roderick Strong. And I did not know that while they were in the independent scene, these two always butted heads. Didn't know that. They brought that to light. And the back and forth, the banter that they had about Roderick Strong not respecting him, thinking that he was just some young pup trying to get into the wrestling business. And he clapped back and said, oh, no. He said, first of all, man, fool, I don't respect the mess out of you, bruv. And I'm going to take your championship. I'm going to beat the snot out of you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's a foregone conclusion. Will Ospreay is going to become the next international champion. I really wouldn't want that to happen. I would actually prefer Roderick Strong to win because you're pretty much making the quote-unquote Kingdom group look like a complete joke. Adam Cole, nowhere in sight again. Don't know why. I'm like, the Kingdom, the Undisputed Kingdom should be one of the most dominatory groups in AEW. It shouldn't just be the elite by themselves. Heck, you could have had some kind of business partnership where all of them would work, would help one another out. No, they don't have to be in the same group, but since they all evil and they all trying to quote unquote take over AEW or whatever, you should be trying to hype up everybody at the same exact time. But again, Tony Khan's booking is so up and down. Some things he does great. Then there's a whole lot of stuff where you have to question, what the clown is you thinking, fool? What is you thinking? You putting some foolishness on TV, then you want to, and people say, well, it's the playoffs. Well, it's this, it's that. Listen, if you putting good content on, guess what? People going to watch. They can care less about what sport event is on. They say, I'll watch the sport event and then I'll DVR AEW. I'll watch it later. Because, ladies and gentlemen, as of late, that's basically what I do. I do that with all pro wrestling. I do that with the E. I do it with AEW. I don't really watch wrestling live like I used to. I genuinely don't. I'll wait till the show is completely done. If that's especially if I'm home, because I'm watching something else. I feel like what you putting on is not really important for me to watch live. Even though I thought this episode of Dynamite was solid, I thought it was a very good episode. Still, you got to make me give a crap where I want to go out my way and be bothered with this garbage commercials. I tell y'all all the time, I hate commercials and will forever hate commercials. They just take away from what you're trying to watch. It just makes things long. I'm like, nope, I'm watching basketball. I watch basketball and then I DVR it. And then after I finish DVRing it, I come back after everything is done and then I can fast forward whatever the heck I want to fast forward. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple of matches announced from Rampage, a couple of matches announced for Collision. That's that. So we got one more week until we got to Double or Nothing. And I didn't realize, ladies and gentlemen, next weekend we got 3 wrestling shows happening at the same time. We got King and Queen of the Ring on Saturday night. Then we got NXT Battleground. I think that's the name of the show. I might be all. Ladies and gentlemen, I have not been watching NXT, so forgive me. But that's happening at the same exact time as Double or Nothing. And guess where? It's in Vegas. You telling me AEW is not competition? Why the clown is they having a pay-per-view at the same exact time in the same exact state right next door? Come on now. Y'all, they trying to take, you know the script. We know what we already know what the game is. I don't need to tell y'all what the game is. But honestly, like I said, I thought the show was decent. Like I said, it was some things I wouldn't have done. Like I said, I'm not opening the show with no doggone matchup. I'm not. I'll do it rarely. I'll do it every now and then. But if I got something of importance, I'm kicking the show off with that importance. That's what I'm kicking the show off with this. And like I said, they went off, like I said, with the beat down, with Darby coming back. So that's going to be in your memory. The last thing you see. It's like, okay, we picking things up. Like I say, TK still needs work on certain storytelling aspects. Again, this is where a writing team comes into play. Get yourself a writing team. Stop trying to do it by yourself. But I overall thought what they put out there, what they presented, I thought it was solid. That's just my honest take. I know some of y'all gonna think I'm out here shilling. No, I'm just telling you the bold-faced truth. That's just the name of the game. If it's bull jive, I'm going to call it bull jive. Like I said, I'm not opening the show with no garbage matchup. I'm just not. And to tell you the truth, I don't even know what the matchup was. That should show you something. I skipped the first match, so I don't even know what the first match was on Dynamite. I didn't care about it. I'm going right into whatever the main storyline or whatever you're trying to tell me. I don't care about no doggone matchup. No. If it's not important, if it don't mean nothing, what are we doing? TK, you know he loves his random matches that start the show that don't lead to nothing. It's bull jive. It's stupid. I don't give a crap about that. I need something that's going to set the table for the rest of the show. You set the table with the beginning, and then you close with a great cliffhanger. That's pro wrestling one-on-one. It's not that difficult. Tony Khan makes it so freaking hard sometimes. I'm like, bro, you don't even have to do all that. You know? Like I said, yes, you had the beat down, and then you had Darby pull up. Great. You know? Like I said, I probably would have brought somebody else in, but because we in Seattle, and like I said, I don't even know if Darby is 100%, man. I genuinely don't. I mean, this fool broke his foot 2 months ago, got hit by a bus last month, and now he's getting ready to be in a crazy clown matchup known as Anarchy in the Arena matchup, which is basically a beat the brakes off your opponent match all over the arena. It is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know exactly what to do. Hit that comment section up. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button and it's on. I'll talk to y'all cats later. It's your main man. Holla at your boy.